I'm gonna give a demo on how to mix color. Color is a teachable skill. Some people think that you just have to either, you got it or you don't, and then it's not teachable. But that's not true. First thing you wanna do is grab one of these pieces of paper, and it's white, because if you tried to mix color on something that felt like this but had color, like maybe a magazine page, your eye would read the colors on the magazine page and you wouldn't get the true color that you want. You would end up with a different color, because the way that your eye sees color is it's manipulated by the color that's around it. So this is called palette paper, and you gotta pick a knife, a palette knife. So the knives are all different sizes. My favorite are the diamond type. And check out this sheet. Does everybody have one of these sheets?
No.
Here, if you don't have one,
Oh,
take and pass.
may I have one?
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Who else doesn't have one? Guys in the back.
Alex, will you be prepared next time?
And come on
Yeah,
through.
serious.
Maybe you guys can like move over for a sec, so like the people in the back can like move
Yes.
through. Like I feel like Katie and Alex can't see. I almost said last names, but I'm not gonna. Okay, who can read the first step for me? I don't know how to mix paint. Yes.
Oh, well, first thing you need to do is pick the color that most closely matches the color on the color wheel.
Okay, so here's my color wheel. There's also another one where the screen, behind the screen. I am going to mix the hardest color on this color palette, which is this mustard. I'm gonna hold it up and find whatever, I think the closest is probably yellow, maybe a little yellow orange, maybe in between yellow and yellow orange. So, because it's unrealistic to have you, after you're done with using each color, while you're mixing, it's unrealistic to have you put them where these colors really go, which is in that cabinet. So, literally at 3 o'clock in this morning, I thought of this great idea. Put color squares out, and then everybody, when you're done with the color, you put it back on the color square, so it's available for whoever's looking for that particular color. So, if, you know, sometimes they get left open and it clogs a little bit, don't worry about it, you can unscrew the lid, but don't take too much, because we've never mixed this color before. So we're just learning how to mix this one color. I'm saying that it's closest to a blend of yellow and yellow orange. Who can read the next step for me? Yes, Nachikai.
Identify your color on the color wheel as either a primary, secondary, or tertiary color, and mix this base color first.
Okay, we know it's a secondary, primary and secondary color. So I'm gonna mix this. And what I did is I put in it's too much orange, so I need to kick it back to the yellow. I think I just put too much. So what I'll do, if you ever put too much color, is just scrape the extra away, because that doesn't even look like it's between yellow and yellow orange. There we go. Who can read the first dot for me? Somebody new. Okay, well.
Yes. Then, if your color is more dull and lighter, add white.
Let's
This
see.
is a
Oh, wait.
quote tint.
Okay. Now,
This show.
this is not, this isn't lighter than this. This isn't lighter than this, so I'm not gonna add white, because this isn't lighter than that. But move on to the next dot, please, if you will. If you will.
Then, if your color is more dull and the same lightness, add its complement.
Okay, I know it's more dull. Maybe I need to add its complement. What's the complement of yellow with a little bit of orange in it?
Purple with a little bit
Blue
of
violet.
Yes.
Or table.
Or violet.
So I'm gonna use purple. And keep in mind that this is the hardest color that I can see in this room right now. But these are the steps. You know, it's a teachable skill. Too much.
Oh, that's pretty great.
With, what did we say, a little bit of blue. And I'm gonna get closest to I can to the color wheel blue. And just a little tiny bit. Now I'm getting to the edge. I'm gonna act like this is my tablecloth at home and get a new piece of paper. Why? Because I like my teacher and I don't want my teacher to have to replace the background paper every period. So, there we go. And I'm gonna mix a little blue in it as well. Just a little tiny bit.
I just became a little bit too much greenish.
A little too much.
Yeah, right there.
But now, let's go back to the first dot. Will, can you reread the first dot for us?
Yes, I can. Then, dot, 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 dot. If your color is more light, dull. If your color is more dull and lighter, add white. This is a quote tin.
Okay. Let's keep that in mind as we go.
Dot, 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 dot.
Okay, there. I added more of the orange yellow to get back to here. Now look. See the color? Always lift your palette knife and compare that way. See how close I am?
Yeah.
All I need to do is make it duller and lighter. So what am I gonna add?
White.
That's right. So watch what happens.
It'd be a good idea to put the white on the other one so you use the knife to just add a little bit more.
See it again?
Would it be a good
On the
idea
other-
to put the white on that other piece of paper you're using before?
Yeah.
I guess it became a little bit too light.
It did. So what could I do? More of this with a little, I can go back. So, I'm gonna take more of this, more of this. And now what? It's a little too, what color? What does this have more in it than this?
A little bit more yellow.
Right. How do I knock out yellow to a gray?
Purple.
That's right. Just a little. And then what I'd want to do is Monday when you have your jar, you would make a huge quantity of this and put it in your jar. Unless you really don't like the color so much, then you can make a little quantity of color and put it in your jar.
Still a little bit more of yellow, I guess.
And then there's something else that we keep in mind, which there's a point in time where it gets close enough. Why? Why is there a point in time when it gets close enough?
Because if you add any more, it'll become not close enough.
Why?
That's probably it.
Why can't I perfectly match this to this? Why? In some cases you can, and it's great.
Because that's printed.
Yes! This is ink, and this is paint. So there's a slight difference in surface. So that's what we would call close enough,
Yeah. Yes.
okay? Any other color that you have is gonna be easier. Who's got a question about that? Thank you. Guess what? We're done.
Let's go.